Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here, and this is the way I see it. Before I get started, as on every video this month, I'd like to begin with 2 bars of silver. I'm giving away at the end of May to a subscriber who leaves a comment. Names will be drawn 1st of June at 8 p.m. I want to thank my subscribers. My subscribers mean the world to me. Without you, I wouldn't have a channel. So I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'd like to ask you to hit the like button. The like button is a big deal for us YouTubers, so please, every chance you get, hit that like button and watch my videos. My PayPal information is in the link below. If you like what I'm doing and want to support me, support my channel and help it grow, any donations, no matter how small, will be appreciated. And I promise you that every penny that is donated to this channel will be used exclusively for this channel to grow and to prosper and to get the word out to the people. Yesterday, Louisiana voted 79-23 to pass a bill that would restrict abortion beyond 6 weeks of pregnancy. They joined 6 other states who have passed what some call the heartbeat bill. Even before this new law in Louisiana made abortion difficult within the state. According to the ACLU, Louisiana already had over 1,000 unnecessary requirements regarding abortion, such as requiring reading of counseling scripts, mandatory ultrasounds, and what pro-abortion advocates call the trap law, targeted regulations of abortion providers. In the early 90s, there were 17 abortion clinics in Louisiana, and I'm happy to say today there are only 3. Lawmakers across America are pushing conservative laws, and they're hoping for a showdown at the Supreme Court, hoping in the end to do away with Roe versus Wade altogether. Abortion rights activists say Louisiana's bill would effectively eliminate abortions as an option before women even realize that they are pregnant, calling the law unconstitutional. The Louisiana law has a provision where abortion can be performed in cases where the woman's life is in danger, but it does not include exception for pregnancy because of rape or incest. The ACLU called the bill an extreme abortion ban, and is part of a concentrated nationwide effort to criminalize abortion. The Senate Bill 184 is plainly unconstitutional and reminds us of just how far Louisiana politicians are willing to go to interfere in these deeply personal decisions and force women to continue a pregnancy against their will. It's plain to see how pro-choice people think. We are forcing women to have a child that is unwanted. That's their way of thinking. These women who have abortions are seldom concerned with the fact that they are murdering a special gift from God. God said, "Be fruitful and multiply." God's plan for man was not to murder our babies. God said to the Jews, "Any who sacrifice their children to Molech will be put to death." People, abortion is a terrible thing. I don't know a single person who hears the truth about the horrors of child sacrifice to the Canaanite god, Molech. And I don't know a single person who doesn't cringe at the gruesomeness and the evil of Molech. The Canaanites sacrificed newborn babies for future prosperity and benefit from this evil. They are murderers of innocent children. But at the same time, in America, almost half of our population still believe in the ancient practice of the pagan Canaanites and continue to sacrifice the innocence of life through abortion. These demon worshippers are just fine with murdering babies as a sacrifice as long as it's still in the womb. I ask you, what kind of sick and twisted mind does someone possess to applaud the killing of preborn babies? The aborted babies are, after all, a new life given by God. And when I think of abortion, I can hear the drums and the flutes that the Canaanites beat on and played to drown out the infants' cries as they burned to death in the red-hot hands of Molech. Let's not pretend that preborn babies feel no pain. I have read extensively on this topic, and this is what I understand is the truth, no matter what pro-choice people think. Babies can feel pain. They can taste. They can hiccup. They can smile. They have dreams. They kick, and they bond with the mother while still in the womb. Know this is truth. When a demon doctor injects a preborn baby's head with poison, know in your heart that that baby feels the pain and dies an agonizing, horrible death by murder. Anyone with a first-grade education or a half a brain can plainly see that preborns at full term are scientifically and biologically the same as a newborn infant. In short, no one should ever harm an unborn baby. Biblical law calls for strict penalties on these who would harm preborn children. The New York abortion laws fly in the face of God and give God the middle finger. When the governor of New York lit up skyscrapers in pink to celebrate the abortion law in New York, to where abortions are legal up until birth, he lit up skyscrapers in pink, and the demons cheered in the streets for the celebration of this heinous law. To date, Americans have slaughtered millions upon millions of preborn babies. Just imagine these innocent, vulnerable little people who were murdered before they even had a chance to live. The greatest irony in this whole story is that every person who is in favor of abortion in America today made it out of the womb alive. They did not get aborted as they want to do our preborn children today. They were allowed to come into this world and to live and to prosper. And now all they want to do is kill preborn babies. They won't give our preborn babies the same consideration that was afforded to them. They're evil people. The horrible truth is, just like the Canaanites' god Molech, he promised prosperity for their sacrifices. Well, today we sacrifice our preborn children in exchange for the same thing. Most of abortions are performed for convenience of the mother. There's no denying what's going on when babies are injected with poison. We're brutally murdering our preborns, and we have done it millions and millions and millions of times. May God have mercy on America, and that's my prayer, because we are becoming truly a godless nation. Anyone who murders their preborn children is godless. These people who are pro-abortionists, they don't know God. They don't want to know God. To them, God is just another restriction they don't want to deal with. People, our preborn children, have no voice. That's why Michelle at Forbidden Information and myself have dedicated our channels to be a voice for these poor babies that are aborted. We hope in some small way we can make a difference, maybe put a seed in someone's heart to realize that abortion is wrong on any level, and it's a sin against our loving God. People, I want you to pray for our preborns, and I want you to pray for our politicians who are trying to get these new laws into law, and to get them passed, and to make them the law of the land. We know that all these states that are pushing for these conservative ideas on abortion are going to go before the Supreme Court one day. And I only pray that more and more states join in and jump on the bandwagon with these 7 states. And I pray that when they get to the Supreme Court, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh will not sit on their hands like they did earlier this week. Earlier this week, a charge came in front of the Supreme Court. I believe it was in Boyertown, Pennsylvania school district. The students there didn't like the law to where they had to share bathrooms with the opposite sex. In Pennsylvania, it's a law that you have to, in your schools, allow students to use either bathroom according to their gender identity. Well, instead of making a decision, our conservative justices on the Supreme Court did nothing. They dropped the ball and they kicked it back to the Seventh Circuit, which in effect leaves that law saying that your daughter and your son have to share a bathroom with the opposite sex. People, that is a menu that you can look at and see destruction all over it. You know that it's dangerous to allow boys into girls' bathrooms. I'm not so much concerned about the girls who want to go to the boys' bathrooms. They're doing it by their own choice. But it's dangerous either way. People, we have perverts in these schools just like we have them in our society. It's a very dangerous thing to open bathroom doors to either sex. Think about that for a little while. I'm going to get out of here. I want you to know that I love each and every one of y'all. I want you to ask you to pray. Pray for our preborn children. Pray for the exploited and the trafficked and the abused and the sexually abused. People, they're the least, the last, and the lost. Pray for each other. And I'll talk to you later.